Yeah, YouTube removed my last video. I didn't even notice it because they didn't give me no strike or nothing. But I went to make it public because I noticed that my lives be, or maybe it's just like default like that. But I went to like make it public because after I finish my lives, it be private. And I'm like, what? Hold up. Didn't I go live? And I started like doubting, like, didn't I go live? But anywho, y'all, I got this little battery pack right here. I've had it for like a couple months now. But I've noticed I've been using this a lot more than my, uh, how you call it? I've been using it a lot more than my cigarette lighter. But let's talk about the live that they removed, y'all. So it's like really bizarre how stuff be happening, and when companies and like even right like with YouTube doing that at the moment of something happening, it's just like crazy to me. Let's see, look, this also back to my battery pack. I haven't charged this because I left it up there in my visor. I left it on the sunroof, right, and it's been charging from the solar panel. So I really like that, and I just like tuck it. I have to do a full review for this because it's really handy, y'all. For like when you in situations like me, stuff stop working all of a sudden, and I can't charge my phone. Now I had a long talk, right, and this is why like I started like to even really talk more on this channel about all this the stuff that's been happening, just to give it like a briefing to people, because like I understand that what's been happening to me could puzzle in a lot of stuff just because a lot of people have told me that. So it's very important that you understand that my girls are heavily affected, and it's not because of my wrongdoing. And I'm taking it that angle because little mama was attacking me. And shout out to everybody that read between the lines and stuff, and not, monkey see monkey do people, because they was going at her too. But I could tell she was a troll, and like I'm going based off the key things they were saying about me. And I'm gonna just say this real quick. I don't blame people for none of my problems. Ooh, y'all. I never want my subscribers, my friends in real life, my co-workers, and whomever to feel sorry for me or none of that stuff. I'm taking it that angle because that's what Lil Mama was saying in the comments. Like, oh, you are a big drama queen and a crybaby. Take accountability for your actions and own up to your responsibilities. Take care of your children. So let me say this, right? Because she did say a couple obvious things, right? And this got to be somebody that pulled up my files, because they were saying certain things, like I said, they like to do a lot of trigger street theater and use trigger words at the same time to give you like that sensory moment. It's like sensory play. So the one thing she stood out and said, like, because how do you don't know me, right? Because she don't know me, because I even did a little research on her little page and see she don't even, what I'm saying. This, and she also like a paralegal type of person. The lady, she like in that field, because her LinkedIn is linked and stuff, so I read all that. Yeah, I'm that type of person. So she said you left your children out from a comment, on a comment from a comment reply. She digged and found me because it came from my page first. After she done saw my videos, you replied to somebody commending me because it was like an event where some girls was like stage help trying to set up their friend, right? And I was like, basically saying, yeah, I agree to the girl saying, yeah, because I was, when I was young, because they was attacking the person. And we was just saying, we saw the girl as being a strong, because at that age, you vulnerable. And she stood up for herself and said no. So I was agreeing to the girl comment and said something about, yeah, because I had friends who clowned me like that or did something like that to me when I was younger, and was mad at me, and and called me broke. And now that I look back on it, because guess what? That girl, her daddy is the whole Mason. Like, I'm looking at why she came at me on that comment. It made me think about the whole situation at hand. Like, hold up, bitch. Back then, you see, I didn't realize they was setting traps even further than I thought. Cause that happened. I didn't have two kids at that time, y'all. I had just had a baby, my first baby. I was 19 years old, and I was on the right track. I was taking college courses. I had my baby while I was dropping my daughter off. I was going to school, y'all. And after I got out of school, I went to work, and I went home after that. I was that type of child, so or a young adult at that moment. And she's like, I feel bad for your children, and I feel bad for your children, and people like you don't deserve children and don't need children, and you left your children to sit and smoke a cigarette. Like, cause think about it. I'm finna make you understand why this was a trigger moment for me. This is how I noticed who she is and why who sent her. Because first of all, my kids got taken because I was at a park. Understand the key words. Because I went off on prisoners for asking my girls for a cigarette. And she said that I'm a disgrace and don't need kids because I left my kids unattended to smoke my cigarette. And that's how I spot people when they do stuff like that, and had to stand my ground. I don't need for all the applause that was in the replies taken up for me, but I appreciate it. But I ain't need it because I can stand my own ground. Like, cause you don't know who I am. I even told her, listen, the judge is on file. The whole judge told me that I was different, and I was different from anybody that stepped foot up there. That's what he told me in a long time. That's what he said. I have, you're different from the people that step in front of me at my podium. I'm honored to give your kids back to you and reunite them, reunite, whatever the word they use. He said he was more than honored. I didn't have a neglect. She said I neglect my kids. The thing is, she wanted to say that and put that on my page so that when people come to me on my channel, this how they work in the algorithm. So that when people come there, they can write this stuff in my videos. So it's just right now, just pretty much just messing up my character. You feel me? Just giving me a bad reputation. Messing up, that's fucking up a person's reputation, because now they paint me to be somebody I'm not now, because anybody could look me up now and see that. Because guess what, in my town and everywhere I go for my kids to get registered anywhere, now I got a adult child now, because she's not a child anymore, she's an adult. But anywhere I take them, I notice certain people don't, but 90% of these professional places, they treat me like if they ain't know me already. To the point where I took my kids back to their old doctor, because even though she do little stuff, because I could tell they contacted her, she know who I am. She remember me from when my kids were little. I never missed a appointment. I remember having one of her. I ain't gonna even put her under the bus because she still do stuff like I said, because she gotta do what she gotta do. But guess what? I represent her right. Let her get her flags, babe, or whatever y'all do, because she ain't never tried me. And I want to say this on live so she don't try me in the future. Because listen, me I'm a kind person. I don't do nothing to nobody. I take care of other people and they kids when I can. That's who I am since birth. So for them to make a campaign on me that I'm a bad mother, when I've always been a mother to everybody before I even was a mother myself, it's beyond me. Because to be honest with you, whole DCF gave me custody of two children before. Yeah, I had to be a foster parent several times for people, for family members too. My family could tell you. And took wonderful care of their children before I even had children. So for them to say that, and then I got a child that I help take care of right now because of me. This girl, her family tell me right now, because this girl, she can read, write, she could tell you what color this is. She could tell you her name, baby. And they tell me, her family tell me it's because of me, babe. and they say I'm a bad parent. But my 15-year-old is graduated already from school. They promote my baby twice in her life, three times in her life. First time her dad didn't want to do it. I agreed with him. We didn't want her to be confused and at a high, you know what I'm saying? At that age, because at that age she was in third grade when they first asked her, babe. Third, second, going to third. Said she's in her wrong grade, and that's because of me. My oldest daughter was born mute. Nobody could get her to talk to them, but I did. I made them progress, and guess what? These Freemasons can't paint my sweet, vibrant girls because they couldn't take the fact that this spectrum. Yeah, I know I got spectrum issues. I know I twitch, but it ain't because of drugs or mental health, babe. Because to be real with them, I never took opiates in my life. Even when I told them, when they put me in the padded cell and made me take drugs, I didn't take them. I spit them out. I never did. So when they told me it was working, it was just me. This the truth on live. I'm talking about all my life too. Like I had to fight, babe. So if you thought I made progress, it was because of me. I'm not mentally disabled. I have a processing issue, babe. Sometimes I need to understand. So you might get Etta May out of me. But anywho, y'all, they put my girls in that situation and pick at them. Notice that they intelligent girls and different. Cause when they took my girls, they was calling me saying, your kids are so mannerable. They're so opposite. Like the same thing they all, because they study at me at the same time. So sometimes I don't take the little compliments, how they want me to take them, because I see why you saying what you doing. But then you flip it on me. First you start off saying the girls are so highly intelligent. Oh, mom did a good job. And then you flip it when you can't get my girls to operate how you saw them operate of coming to you, and then say blame, oh, because it's mom's issue. No, it's because you're over there traumatizing those children because somebody sent you in there to do that to them, asking, grilling them with questions that you didn't need to ask them. And then they say, Lil Mama say this on a whole video of me. So let's talk about that too, because it coincides with Lil Mama said all night to me and this morning in the comments, right? That uh they're not going to just take your children off one evidence. There's going to be mountains. They're not going to be. But see, this is my issue. There was never a report for them to come at me. There was never no neglect for them to come at me. So look beyond these spectrum issues. Look beyond all that shit. There was no reason for them to come at me. They were called from those people at the park that was mad at me for telling them. I got it all on video that I was there. This is the only reason why they was mad, because I was right about what I said, that everybody at that park, and I know some of y'all was in the live when they was messing with me. I moved from each side to each side, and they kept moving by me and my kids, bro. And I was on video, even making a video and saying, it don't, I feel like it's dangerous to have these prison. And I wasn't even doing, I was just, they got me mad though at some point. I should have kept ignoring them. But I was literally just saying it's not right to have these people right here messing with us. And the guards was laughing at me. That's the only reason I even made a video. Or else I would have kept, because I was literally minding my fucking business. And before I noticed, them kept coming by me and the girls came to me. And this is what got my attention. This is what got my teenage kids now. Because you talking about you left your little kids at the park. No, we're all at the park and I'm in front of, I'm literally sitting in front of my car, right here in my car, smoking my cigarette. Why? We right here. I could see them. I could see them. We right here, babe. And matter of fact, I even got out to a point because we all had to use the restroom. We took a walk and they still followed us, babe. You, y'all, there was no reason. I didn't do nothing for them to take my kids. I didn't. Yeah, I was staying in a hotel, but who don't fall off and live in a hotel, babe? At least my shit was getting paid. They still didn't have no reason to keep my kids. They still didn't have no reason to take them just because the guard said whatever they said, babe. They checked my doctor's records. My kids ain't never had no issues. Matter of fact, I had people give me I'm talking about high credit, doctors, whole doctors. My whole family vouched for me. I even had families trying to get them, and they wouldn't give them to them. So you tell me what, and plus they lost my daughter while they had her. Plus they let my daughter get touched while they had her. So you tell me, if you ask me, my daughters was about to get kidnapped and sex trafficked, and I saved their life, if you ask me. Cause how everything happened. They moved my kids 2 hours away from me. I had to travel to them 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and they missed not one visit every single weekend. I didn't have no drug issue. I didn't have no neglect. I didn't have to take classes, nothing. I was already in therapy. I've been taking therapy. They checked my whole palate, and I've been taking therapy since I was young, babe. My kids been, as a matter of fact, we've been doing family therapy since they was young. Matter of fact, see, my oldest daughter, she started when she was born because I told y'all I had to get the amniocentesis. We've been doing therapy since they was born, boo. So if you ask me, they can't judge me for if I do have a mental issue. They can't at this point they can't judge me for my spectrum issues because I'm showing progress. Like I want to have progress for myself every day since I've been a mother, and that's why they couldn't take my kids, and they tried. They had this lady. This is why I'm saying. That's why I'm talking about this, bro. Because they was trying to sex traffic my kids because there's a lot of stuff happened that y'all don't know about. Those people kept them where I couldn't talk to them, took their phones for weeks and stuff at a time, y'all, and they still got some of our laptops that they refused to give to me, won't answer my calls, no nothing. They didn't give them back. Let me tell you how I got them back. Everything they told me to do, I had it done it right when they said do it. And some of the stuff they asked me to do, I was already doing it, like the therapy and stuff, so that stuff was already done. Housing, I got it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't offer me housing. Like I tell my friend right now that's trying to fight for her baby back, they gave her housing. They didn't. They told me they didn't do that. So everything I got, I did it by myself. Nobody gave it to me, y'all. I had my ducks in a row before they came to me, and they ain't even believe me. Had trolls tell me she lying, she ain't got no housing coming. I had it. I had it already. That's why I was posted in the hotel. I wasn't out here on the streets because I ain't got help. I got family I could go to, but they ain't nobody give me credit and honor that I was out here by myself and not sleeping on somebody's couch on the spectrum. Most girls can't even do that. Listen, they had a whole lady from that shelter that was mad that I made a report on Glassdoor. Yeah, I'm that type of bitch. They was mad that I made a report everywhere, pretty much, that they put me and my disabled children, let's call them that, mentally ill, on the street because my car, natural disaster, put us out because my car broke down while we were doing orders, while I was working. Call it what you want to call it. It ain't real work, but I was actually working when my car did that. I got proof. I gave them ETAs every minute, let them know about the tow truck having an incident, and that was the delay and the rollover. I had to wait for another one. Showed them all that pulled up in the tow truck, and they did that to me. So I wrote all that down and went on about my business, and those people came to court months later and said that, but they called them because them people ain't know I had that going on. Them people, that lady lied under oath and said that a few weeks prior, a few months prior, that they put us out because I was problematic. Ultimately, this was her reason for putting me out because I was problematic, and because I used to leave my kids. I'm finna tell you why they did this campaign, and it was a big lie, and it's all recorded, everything pretty much. She she said I left my kids a lot to smoke. Here we go again with the cigarette. It's funny to me because I got cancer. They trying to hurt my feelings. Y'all don't see why I'm saying this shit, bro. So it's your fault again, right? So, because trigger, this is a trigger word for me. Y'all holding it in though, because I see the shit for what it is. And then this lady say I said that I was gonna unalive myself because I couldn't come in, bro. And this the whole incident was on live. Our interaction was, and I was recording on my phone, my voice recorder of the incident. I was the one called the cops to ask the cops to talk to them, so because they wouldn't let me back in at that point because they said I missed curfew, and I left on good terms. So her bit, they should have saw through this, right? And I'm gonna say this so that whoever researching this shit right now, when y'all pull this up, you can see the bullshit. If you been a mandated reporter, if I said that, why did you let me leave and continue to stay in a hotel? Why did you continue? Why did you let me leave like that? Why didn't you tell that officer when he was there what I said? Why did you let the officer leave and give me resources on cheap hotels and other shelters? Why did you give that officer resources for me and a pamphlet for other shelters to go to? Why didn't you say, no, officer, we need to take her somewhere because she just said this to me? Why did you wait months later when Miss Avant is at a park, and telling officers that they have their prisoners interacting with her minors, to decide to say, oh yeah, a couple months ago she did say this, and she used to leave her kids. Mind you, your shelter promotes not leaving your kids, or you will get put out. You say this, it's in posters everywhere. You have a meeting about this. So how did Miss Avant continue to stay here if she was leaving her kids continuously, like you said, like you stated? When you don't, there's a sign in your off that was in your office that said, with the arms, there will be no chances, right, if you leave your child. But I had chances, right? You didn't report it. So why didn't they get in trouble? Why did Miss Avant get faulted and campaign and blasted and her name plastered as a unfit mother for leaving her children? That it went against me because her statement, it prolonged my kids there, because that was the court hearing for them to be determined to come back to me that day, and because there was newer evidence, they was the new evidence, the kids couldn't come that day. But I like the judge. And I don't know if he was a part of it or not, but I like him having integrity, and it's like he couldn't take no for an answer, release them at some point in his own words, and I can't repeat stuff because I guess I signed that NDA. So I can only talk about the crime part of this at this point, I guess. Because there was a crime committed when there was a bunch of crimes. The first one, that police dispatch. The first crime was that you took Miss Avant to jail. You kidnapped Miss Avant because nobody read me my Miranda. Nobody told me I was being arrested. I was told I was being detained because my insurance. After the officers told me I had to go, okay, we determined the park don't want you here, Miss Avant. You got to go. Okay, I get in my car to pull over to go to have my kids unload over there. I even told them, y'all, I don't feel comfortable right here. We gonna move on that side and load my car up because we had stuff that was sitting on the floor. We was picnicking, bitch, on the floor. As a good mother, we're picnicking with food and snacks and everything. That's what I did daily, babe. Right? So we had to get our stuff back in the car. And he said, no, stop. You're being detained because your insurance is out. Mind you, here go the trap. Mind you, the insurance company, they made up to me, y'all, right? The insurance company had just sent me a letter saying that sorry for the glitch, because I had an issue at the DMV and I had fixed it with a letter they gave me saying they had technical glitches, right? So I tried to tell them that maybe that's what's happening now, because I know my insurance is paid. I have a confirmation that I paid it. I don't know why it's showing like that. I'm nervous saying it though. I'm panicky saying it because it's like, come on, babe, this shit moving too. It went from boom. It went from first of all, it went from them following me around while I'm dashing. Yeah, that's how it was to me. They was the reason I parked. That's how serious this shit is. For them to say take accountability, and this whole 8 months they had my kids, everybody telling me take accountability to what me to protecting my kids. I don't even know what type of prisoners they are, what they in for. They communicating with my children at that time, bro. And everything happened at the same time. How they put me out the apartment complex, refusing to renew my lease, then have me staying in hotels to the hotels. It's a whole line. I got my eyes closed thinking about it, like the whole line up to how they put me into poverty, y'all. And then everybody telling me to take accountability to what? I'm still in poverty and I'm still fucking handling business. What? So that mean when before they put me in this bitch, I was even better, babe. That's why I keep telling y'all, if I said this so many times, and I say this to people, if these people weren't messing with me, bro, I will be on another level, bro. And if my health wasn't holding me back, I'd definitely be on another level when they use that to their advantage, when they set traps, because they know certain things I can't do, bro. Sometimes I fall out and pass out from doing shit because my bones be locking up on me. And then they just, I tell y'all, bro, my kids, when they took them, this is a crime done to us, y'all. I'm serious. My girls went through so much when they was with them people, and they was so vibrant before I see the drought. And it's like, we working together with helping build each other up at this point, y'all, slowly. But they damaged those girls' hearts so bad. They told them, you're not going back home to your mom. They told them, this is your mom's fault. You wouldn't be here. They told them, if your mom had a regular job, I can't make none of this up. They told them, girl, listen, them people called the police several times on my oldest a lot, but both of them, because they was acting out. But you supposed to be caring for the babies, right? Because that's why you took them from mom, right? Because you felt like mom's mental health was mentally abusing them, right? Because you even tried to put it that way when the girls was acting out. They called me several times. Well, we think, I don't know how you're gonna take this, but we think because of your mental health, which is all we care about, it's affecting the girls. Hold up, you mean to tell me you jumping the hurdle that you just took them from their mother that they keep asking you to give them to, right? That they keep saying, I want my mama. They snapping on you. We talking about spectrum kids. We go there, right? You just remove them and you expect them to be Beverly Hills 90210. Yes, mom. Like, you just removed them from their mom and you blaming it on their mom when mom didn't come in here on a neglect. Mom didn't come in here on an abuse. Mom didn't come in here on any allegations. Mom, like, I can't get past that these people really did that to the girls when the reasoning for even opening the case at that point, because I'm going to tell you how they was even be able to finesse me this time. Because, honey, I didn't have a case until that sheriff put me in that patty cell and told me out his own mouth, it's on. I was in Bartow County, y'all, pull it up. It was on camera because I was in the front. And I remember at a point when he said it, I looked around and saw the camera right there. And I asked the lady that was, just because I just walked in with wet clothes on because they had me standing in the rain. I walk in shivering like this because I can't help it. And I'm not making this up. Like they said, get up, you're making this up. Yeah, I was shivering. I have anemia. I'm anemic. My mom's anemic. My family, I can't have anemia in my blood. I wasn't making that shit up. I'm shivering, even sweating at the same time, and it's freezing. How is somebody sweating and it's freezing cold in the jail? They should have took note of that. But anywho, I'm taking fingerprints and I'm shaking, can't really talk, and I'm like trying to be nice, and you're being a fucking drama, cursing at me. You're being a drama queen. I shall put you in there and knock your lights out, put you in the pad. I promise you that man said that. The sheriff that was there to take me, I promise y'all, that was there to take me to my court hearing for my girls. He came in already mad, and I promise you, I was like, sir, I'm just cold. I'm sorry. I'm like that, even explaining myself, bro. I shouldn't have had to do that. And I even tell the lady, hey, you think you can get me something? I'm cold, bro. And they treating me like on the movies, like how when the psychotic people be in there faking it, they treating me like that, bro. I'm watching all this shit when I'm really freezing. My clothes is wet, bro. So he said I should put you in the, throw you, no, don't make me throw you in the patty cell and kick your lights out. That's what he said on camera. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but he said those words. And I looked, you can see, hey, y'all, if y'all pull this up, ask him to let y'all see this. You heard him. And she said, yes, be quiet. Don't say nothing. That's what that lady said right there who was taking that person that was taking my prints or whatever she was doing with me told me to be quiet. And I'm looking around at everybody and them people like as if and I'm like, nah, did you hear what he just said to me? Only for me to end up in there for real with my nose bleeding when I woke up. I promise you. I promise. Bro, I think about this shit all the time. Bro, so if I'm crazy right now, they did that shit to me. I woke up in the padded cell to a nurse waking me up, to people talking to me, asking me, am I okay and shit, bro? And they asked them to have nurses come help me because they saw my nose bleeding, bro. And they cleared me. They said, I'm going to have you cleared. They look concerned, to be honest with you, that person. And then he made them chirp to come get me. Tell me why they left me in there days after that person cleared me and was in the calm saying, woo. Understand I said days, so that mean I'm missing court, bro. And that's when they open a fucking case. Cause I could have got, y'all get what I'm saying? If I would have went to court for what that little petty shit, I was gonna get released that same day. Y'all not hearing me, bro. I'm tired of everybody keep telling me take accountability. I didn't do shit. And they made my kids hate me. And they don't say it, but I know they do. They know they do, dog, because they act different, bro. They not we used to be so close. We talked to each other about everything, and they slowly opening back up, but I hurt for them to even have to go through that shit. And they tell me, my youngest one, she's so smart. She's like a psychic in a way, in that she's just like so spiritual that she come to me about stuff like I could tell. But my oldest one hurt so much. This the one that was born mute. She didn't talk, and she used to talk with, cause she have like, she talked with her tongue bad. Like I do too, but hers was worse. So it wasn't that she didn't know how to talk. She was like, I used to tell people, man, my baby know how to talk. She just only talks to me, bro. And they took her back to age 4 with all this shit, and then SSI denied her benefits. That girl had to see that shit. It made her not want to go to school. I don't want to do this. I gotta go to work now. I gotta. Hold up. And then I see her baby daddy. He a part of the program, and by blood. And he was so nice to her in the beginning. I gotta say this on live. He was so nice to her in the beginning. And out of nowhere, when stuff started legally happening to him, he just changed on my baby and started bullying her. And she say, Mama, it's because of you. It's because of you. He, you told him. You told him I'm autistic. And that's why he's mean to me. And I said, no, baby. No, baby. I actually told him after you told me a couple things, and I thought that would make him stop doing certain things to you. And she didn't know that. But it's not this young man's fault. It's not this young man's fault either. It's because people is making him do this stuff, y'all. Forcibly, he don't unknowingly do. He's unknowingly doing stuff. Like friends calling him da 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 this and that and that and that, and then that family member saying this and that and that and that, and then he's traumatized himself. I've heard stories from his family when I put his business on here, so I could tell that he not meaning it. And he tell me so much, ma'am, you such a good mom to your daughter, and your daughter is so sweet. So I know he not meaning that. So I'm seeing everybody else do the same shit to me. Like, I'm uneasy only because I don't know the direction of everything that's going on with my life, how they doing stuff. And I have a goal in mind for myself. I had things aligned for myself prior to everything that's happening, and they fuck up shit, and then I go with plan B and plan. The good thing about me, I always have backups. I was always like this since I was young, and carrying that, being on this program have helped me with a lot of stuff. I always have plan C backed up, just like I do this with money, like, cause I'm always broke, cause they always have me broke. So like, and I don't do recreational stuff, and that's part of why I'm able to do this shit. But I always have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D sometimes funded for myself. I don't care if I'm scratching $10. I don't care if I'm scratching $20. I'm gonna put it all somewhere for plan A. Plan A has a fund, plan B has a fund, and plan B, it's all gonna come from that 10 or that 20 or that 100. And so in case the light don't go through because they took my money out my account, or this lady evicted me. I got that set up already. Like, sometimes I just tell myself, V, put your big girl panties on when most things happen. And that's why I'm here. I don't give credit for nobody. I give credit to my ancestors, because God sent my ancestors my way when stuff happened. Hey, I'm gonna be good though, cause guess what? It's always a blessing in disguise. Every time something happened to me, it's always a blessing in disguise when something happens to me. What's up before I get off here? Why you about to cry? Don't cry, babe. Listen, listen, y'all. I'm really not. I'm so blessed. So when I come and tell y'all this stuff, I do not. One thing about me, I don't want people to feel sorry for me. It really bugs me when people make me a charity and stuff like that. I don't. I'm telling y'all this stuff so that I can leave something behind at this point, so that I can help other people, so that I can voice my I can justify myself. And the main reason why I do this is for my friend, because my friend was affected by this program. So this is a whole movement for me, and I really don't care what happens at this point, what they do as far as that point. That's what I mean by that, because I'm strong. Sometimes they do certain things and I realize they want me to be like suicidal. And because I'm so strong, I'll never be like that. Because listen, y'all, I've been through worse, y'all. And I watch how blessings happen when I get the worst happen. So I think that's kind of why I could never get that low. So y'all don't ever believe them if they say stuff like that. If they do something to me and they say that happened, don't ever believe that. Because I'm going to tell you something. I kind of like when they do stuff, because I be liking how the angels show out, if that makes sense. I'm weird like that. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I really love y'all. And I'm trying to see if there was something else I wanted to bless y'all with. But I really don't have really much to do today. I made it an off day today for me to just relax. So I'm finna probably clean and stuff, and um, manifesting. Appreciate everybody that's been showing me love and sending y'all support, because I really appreciate it, and it's greatly appreciated. At this point, it's a lot going on in my life, but there's a lot for me to be grateful and just thankful for, because let me tell y'all one thing about God. Let me tell you, when He say I might not come when He want me to, but I'm always gonna be there on time. That is a true saying, because right when things is sabotaged for me out of nowhere, there's a blessing in disguise. So that's why I keep saying this to myself. When things happen over and over, there's a blessing in disguise. Right in the midst of everything, there's a blessing in disguise. And before I end this live, I'm gonna just pray, y'all, and to those who going through stuff and you just trying to stay strong. I want you to just come into agreement with that. Everything is temporary, and so therefore, all the bad is not gonna be forever. Today, take it as a grain of salt with everything that you're going through, and take it as a lesson needs to be learned. If there's anything bad, because it's gonna turn into let me tell you, you're gonna be favored when you go through everything that you go through with soaring colors, because you give that faith in the Most High. My Father in heaven, he guides me through things. So therefore, I know that He's watching over all of us, y'all. I know that He's guiding all of us to eternal life. So the way we living, we got to change it. So therefore, let people do what they do, because they got to learn their lesson so that they able to change. So you don't take it personal when things happen to you. You just be thankful for the struggle, or be thankful for that lesson, because it taught you something. Whether it taught you to stand strong through it, whether it taught you to be, humble about your situation, whether it taught you to just appreciate the situation, because sometimes it could be worse. No matter what it taught you, you gotta admit that everything happened for a reason. So when you're going through stuff, you say that it's gonna make it easier so that when things corruptly are done, you won't let them steal your joy, and because that joy ends up taking blessings from you. Because when you get distracted, you move like them. So that's why it's important to let people be them, so that you don't repay them for evil. So today we gonna claim focus, and so that we able to focus through the bullshit. When they send people to destroy you, you're able to see it and avoid it. We're gonna pray for strength, so that we have strength through each and every cycle, and each and every triumph, each and every hurdle that we gotta jump daily, because some of us gotta go through it daily. We're gonna pray that we can see things before it happens, so that we can avoid them, like people, places, and things, especially people, friends that you think for you, that's not for you. We ask that we able to see those people, so that we can avoid them. And we're going to claim that every day, that we communicate with people, that if they not for us, they remove from our life, so that way people just drop like flies, and when they do, you going to understand why. So I'm gonna say that and say, y'all, I love y'all to everybody that show me love every day. You a blessing, because every time y'all write me, it's always right on time. So always follow your heart. If you have somebody on your heart, pray for them. But sometimes take another step and call them if you ain't got their number. Write them online, because it's messenger. It's always Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, social media. But take that as a grain of salt. Maybe it regulate with what you got going on, and you need to call somebody. So right now, reach out to somebody that's been on your mind, and you know what I'm saying. You know what to do. But I love y'all.